Many people believed that her story had come to an end. They assumed someone else could easily take her place, and that the woman who helped build everything from the beginning could simply be forgotten. For a while, it seemed like that was exactly what was happening. However, things have started to change in a surprising way. The conversation online is moving in a completely different direction, and more people are beginning to question the story they accepted at first. Every new social media post, interview, and public appearance seems to make fans wonder if there is much more happening behind the scenes than anyone originally realized. The spotlight has slowly shifted back toward the person many believed had already been pushed aside. Without making many public statements or trying to defend herself, she has once again become one of the biggest topics of discussion. Instead of long explanations or carefully prepared interviews, it is the reactions from fans, old social media posts, and public moments that are driving the conversation. Every small interaction is being examined, and people are trying to figure out what it all really means. Whether those online theories are true or simply guesses, one thing is certain. The internet has found a new story to follow, and millions of people are paying close attention. If you have been keeping up with everything involving Remy Ma, Papoose, and Claressa Shields, then you already know that this situation has become more complicated with every passing week. Just when it seems like the story is settling down, another interview, public appearance, or social media reaction creates even more questions. The situation continues to evolve, making it difficult for anyone to say with confidence what is really happening behind closed doors. For people who enjoy looking beyond the headlines and understanding the full story instead of believing every rumor, this situation has become especially interesting. Celebrity news often spreads quickly, but the truth is not always as simple as the first reports make it seem. Looking at the full picture helps explain why so many fans continue debating every new development. Before discussing the recent drama, it is important to remember why Remy Ma continues to receive so much respect in the hip-hop community. Over the years, she has built a reputation that goes far beyond her music. Her life has included both major successes and difficult challenges, and many fans admire the way she has handled those experiences. She has faced obstacles that could have ended many careers, yet she continued moving forward with determination. After serving time in prison, Remy Ma returned with the goal of rebuilding her life and career. She worked hard to earn back the respect of both the music industry and her supporters. She focused on creating new opportunities, rebuilding her public image, and strengthening her personal brand. Throughout that journey, she remained committed to proving that setbacks did not have to define her future. One reason many fans have continued to support her is the way she has handled personal matters. Rather than turning private problems into public entertainment, she usually chose to stay quiet. She rarely used interviews to criticize people close to her or create unnecessary drama. Instead, she earned a reputation for being loyal, strong, and focused on protecting her family and career. That quiet approach became an important part of how many people viewed her. Eventually, however, the public conversation began to change. Instead of one clear announcement explaining what was happening, people started noticing small details that seemed unusual. Interviews, social media activity, and public appearances slowly created a growing wave of speculation. Fans began connecting different moments together and forming their own opinions about what might be happening behind the scenes. Much of that attention focused on Papoose and his increasingly public connection with Claressa Shields. As the two appeared together more often, many people began asking questions about the status of his relationship with Remy Ma. Because there were very few direct answers, online discussions grew even larger. Every interview and every public appearance became another opportunity for viewers to search for hidden clues. Some fans pointed to Papoose's appearance at the BET Awards, saying that his facial expressions seemed different from what they expected. Others noticed that he did not actively promote Claressa Shields' music project during certain media interviews. When reporters asked about their relationship, the answers often seemed brief and carefully worded instead of offering detailed explanations. While none of these moments confirmed anything on their own, together they encouraged even more speculation across social media. The rumors continued to grow as online discussions claimed there had been tension behind the scenes during BET Awards weekend. These reports were never officially confirmed, and there is no public evidence proving that they were true. Even so, the stories spread quickly, and many people began discussing them, as if they might explain the changing dynamics between everyone involved. As more rumors appeared, public opinion started shifting once again. Some supporters who had previously viewed the relationship as perfect suddenly began questioning everything they thought they knew. Others reminded people that social media only shows small parts of someone's life, and that it is impossible to know the complete truth without hearing directly from those involved. That is what makes public opinion so unpredictable. Sometimes one major headline changes everything, but often it is a collection of small moments that leads people to completely rethink a situation. A single interview, a short social media post, or even a facial expression can become the center of countless discussions. Whether the rumors eventually prove to be true or false, this story continues to capture attention because every new development leaves fans with more questions than answers. Just when many people thought the story had finally settled down, another unexpected twist caught everyone's attention. Fans who closely follow celebrity news noticed what they believed were small but meaningful interactions on Remy Ma's social media accounts. These moments may have seemed minor at first, but they quickly became a major topic of discussion online. Within hours, people were sharing screenshots, posting opinions, and debating what those actions could possibly mean. Some fans believed these social media interactions showed that Remy Ma's feelings or perspective had changed. Others argued that people were reading far too much into simple online activity. The reality is that only the people directly involved truly know what those actions meant. Social media rarely tells the complete story, and it is easy for viewers to create theories based on very little information. Even so, once people begin connecting different events together, the conversation often grows much bigger than the original moment itself. That is exactly what happened in this situation. Suddenly, every social media like, every public appearance, every interview, and every shared photo became another piece of what many believed was a much larger story. Fans carefully examined body language, facial expressions, and even small details that might normally go unnoticed. Whether those observations reflected reality or were simply speculation, they kept the discussion alive across many different platforms. While the internet remained busy debating every possible clue, Remy Ma took a very different approach. Instead of responding to every rumor or trying to correct every theory, she mostly remained silent. She did not spend her time arguing with critics or posting lengthy explanations online. Instead, she allowed the public conversation to continue without constantly adding her own comments. Interestingly, her silence became one of the biggest talking points of all. Many people started wondering why she was choosing not to speak. Some believed her quiet approach showed confidence, while others thought she was simply avoiding unnecessary public drama. Since she gave very few direct responses, fans naturally began creating their own explanations. In many cases, people filled the silence with their own opinions, making the conversation even larger than before. Whether this approach was carefully planned or simply reflected her personality, it had a noticeable effect. Instead of focusing on what Remy Ma was saying, public attention shifted toward everyone else's actions. Every interview given by others, every public event, and every social media update became the center of discussion because there were very few comments coming from her. In today's digital world, remaining quiet can sometimes attract even more attention than making a public statement. People often become more curious when someone refuses to respond. As time passed, the conversation began changing once again. Earlier discussions focused on whether Remy Ma had lost something because of everything happening around her. More recently, however, many fans started asking a different question. Instead of wondering if she had been left behind, some believed she had simply continued moving forward, while everyone else remained caught in ongoing public drama. That idea has become popular among many social media users, although it remains nothing more than personal opinion rather than confirmed fact. It is easy to understand why so many people continue discussing the situation. Every new interview, public appearance, or online post seems to give fans another reason to compare everyone's behavior. People continue looking for patterns and trying to understand how the story may develop next. Even though very few clear answers have been given, interest remains high because every new moment creates another round of conversations. This is why comment sections have become such an important part of celebrity discussions. Every person brings a different opinion, and each new perspective adds another layer to the ongoing debate. Some people support one side, while others believe the truth is much more complicated. Together, those conversations help shape how the public views the entire situation. Whether those opinions are accurate or not, they influence the overall narrative that continues spreading across social media. There is also another side to this story that many gossip pages have not explored very deeply. Beyond the headlines and rumors, there is a psychological aspect that makes everything even more interesting. One possible explanation is that Remy Ma understood something that many public figures eventually learn. When someone has spent years building credibility, earning respect, and maintaining a strong reputation, that history can sometimes speak more loudly than any public statement. Because of that reputation, she may not have felt the need to defend herself every time a new rumor appeared. Over the years, she has built trust with many supporters who already know her story and respect the way she has handled challenges in the past. Instead of trying to answer every accusation or online theory, she allowed people to form their own opinions based on everything they had already seen throughout her career. Meanwhile, podcasts, blogs, entertainment pages, and social media users continue discussing every new development. Some agreed with one point of view while others strongly disagreed. Even without frequent comments from Remy Ma herself, the conversation never slowed down. In many ways, her silence became one of the loudest responses because it encouraged even more speculation. At the same time, Papoose and Claressa Shields continued appearing together in interviews, public events, and online posts. Naturally, every appearance generated fresh reactions from viewers. Although appearing together does not prove anything about a private relationship, those moments often influence how people interpret the situation. Public perception can become almost as powerful as confirmed facts, especially when audiences are already searching for clues. Once that cycle begins, every photo, interview, and social media update is examined from every possible angle. Many fans believe the biggest difference has been the way each side has handled public attention. While Remy Ma appeared to stay relatively quiet, Papoose and Claressa Shields remained regular subjects of online discussions. Whether that happened by choice or simply because of media coverage is something only they truly know. Still, it explains why the debate continues to grow. In today's entertainment industry, public perception can sometimes shape the story just as much as the facts that are officially confirmed. The discussion also sparked broader conversations about relationships, public image, and celebrity branding. Supporters questioned how much of what audiences see is genuine and how much is carefully managed for the public eye. Others felt the internet was reading far too much into ordinary social media activity. That's what makes celebrity stories so fascinating. Different people can watch the exact same events and walk away with completely different conclusions. And until someone directly addresses every question, speculation will almost certainly continue. One thing that stands out throughout the entire situation is Remy Ma's decision to avoid reacting to every headline. Instead of responding to each rumor, interview, or viral post, she largely stayed focused on her own path while the internet kept debating the situation. Whether that silence was strategic or simply personal, it became one of the biggest talking points surrounding the story. Sometimes the absence of a response creates even more curiosity than a lengthy explanation ever could. That's why this conversation refuses to fade away. And it's also why millions of people are still paying attention to every new development. At the center of all this attention is one undeniable fact. Remy Ma remains one of the biggest names driving the conversation. Whether people support her, question the situation, or simply enjoy celebrity news, her name continues to dominate the headlines. That's why every new social media interaction, interview, or public appearance instantly becomes a trending topic. Fans notice everything. Every music post, every reaction, every small detail. And once the internet starts connecting those dots, the conversation develops a momentum of its own. Some fans have even pointed to social media activity as a sign that there may still be unresolved feelings behind the scenes, while others believe those interactions are being overanalyzed. The reality is that only the people involved know what those digital moments actually mean. Still, in today's world, online behavior often becomes part of the public conversation, whether anyone intends it to or not. That's why so many people continue watching this story unfold. Every notification seems to generate another round of theories. Whether those theories hold up is another question entirely. One thing that has stood out throughout the entire situation is Remy Ma's approach. Rather than responding to every rumor, interview, or headline, she has largely allowed the public conversation to continue without constant public statements. Many viewers see that as confidence, while others simply view it as choosing privacy over public back and forth. Either way, her decision not to engage has become one of the biggest talking points surrounding the story. Music, sometimes restraint attracts more attention than confrontation ever could. Meanwhile, fans continue debating what comes next for everyone involved. Some believe relationships and public narratives naturally evolve over time, while others think the internet often reaches conclusions long before all the facts are known. That's exactly why this story continues generating millions of views and endless discussions across social media. Everyone seems to have a different interpretation of the same events, and that's what keeps the conversation alive. Music, as the story continues to unfold, one thing is clear. Public perception can change quickly, but legacies are built over years, not viral moments. More interviews, appearances, and social media posts will likely bring new questions and new debates. Until then, the audience will keep analyzing every headline and every development that surfaces. Now I want to hear your take. Do you think this story has been misunderstood, or do you believe the public has already made up its mind? Music, drop your opinion in the comments. Subscribe if you enjoyed this breakdown and check out the next video because this conversation is still evolving and we'll be covering every major update as it happens.